Hi, my name is David Younglove. I'm a 6th-degree black belt with the USA Karate and Platinum Yoga martial arts programs in Burnsville and Rosemont, Minnesota, and welcome to the Greatmats training videos. Let's talk about basic hand strikes. There are different ways that we can strike our opponents. The four we're going to talk about is going to be a reverse punch, a chop with the backhand, a ridge hand, and a hammer fist. Let's start out with the punch because that's the most important. So with our hands up, always start with their bodies centered in their body. Again, here we're going to strike with the backhand. Now one technique that I want to think about is I want to think most of our punch with our palm up when it's striking out. With a little turn at the end, you get a little extra burst of power. So we're going to think about the hand strike reaching out, and we're going to let our rear hip and our rear foot pivot and come with us. So we can take all the kinetic energy in the body and transfer it to our opponent to give us the same striking power as someone about 100 pounds heavier than we are. So we're going to reach this hand out. The hips you're going to see are going to start to turn with us, along with the rear foot, which is going to start to pivot, which that allows the hips to turn and give me more distance in my striking, but a lot more power as well. So as we start to strike out, my palm is reaching out, it's still palm up, my hips are turning, my back foot is pivoting, and right at the last second, I impact my target, and right at the last second, it flips over to give me that last little burst of power. Let's do that with a little bit more speed for you here. So as we strike out with a little turnover right at the end, a little extra burst of power for that rear strike. Again, turning the hips all the way past this rear hip crosses the plane of the other hip and allowing that rear heel to cross the plane of above the ball of foot all the way twisting over. You can't pivot too much. Now let's do the same thing with a chop. So this time we're going to use that pseudo strike. We're going to open up that hand. Mirror hand will drift up a little higher this time to prepare for the strike. We pivot the hips, we cock the arm, we bring it across and we strike, maybe up to the side of the neck or to the temple for our striking surface on that line. So we start out in our hand technique from here. Our hand comes up, it opens up, the thumb is tucked, the rear hips twist, the back foot pivots, we come across and strike to our target. Okay? Hand up, strike to our target. Now that same exact motion can be done with the hand striking with the front part of the hand called a ridge hand strike. So we're hitting with this little bone right at the base of the pointer finger. Very important to tuck the thumb so that it doesn't get in the way. If you strike like that, you just break your thumb here. So we're going to start from here as we start to do our same pivot, our same hip turn. This hand's going to come out to the side of the target and strike across. Again, could be to the side of the neck, could be up to the temple, striking right with that at the base of the pointer finger. So pivot on that rear foot, strike out to the body. Pivot up, strike out to that head technique. Okay? The last one we're going to talk about is the hammer fist. Now the hammer fist can be done to the side, and again we're going to use this fisting motion this time. Now this is very soft here at the base of your fist, but when you flex your fist, you notice that becomes very resilient to impact. And this time we're going to pivot, the same pivoting, same twisting motion. Hand's going to cock up and then strike across to the side of that temple or neck or something in that lines. We pivot across and strike right up to that side. The same thing could happen if someone was bent down. That hand could come up and it could come straight down onto the back of the head or something on that lines. Okay. Thanks very much. Don't forget to check out the rest of our Greatmats training videos. Go out and be great.